Hi everybody. Today's Live Happy Soul challenge is about family. It's day 23. And I thought rather than writing about it, I'm going to give you a video testimonial because this part of my life was out of balance for a very, very long time. And it wasn't until I had lost my mom and dad that at a very young age that I realized how important family was. I've always been a person that is work hard, play hard from a very, very young age. And somebody told me a long, long time ago that I was always in a hurry. And it just seemed like no matter what I was doing, I wasn't present in it. And I remember I was always thinking about the next thing that was on my list that I had to do or what I was going to be doing tomorrow. And when my daughter was very, very young, she said something to me that was a seed that planted that resonated with me. She asked me one time if I loved her. And I said, of course I do. Why would you think that I don't love you? And she said, it's because you always seem like you're mad. Now, back then when she was so young, I don't think she knew what the word irritated or annoyed was, blah, blah, blah. But in her mind, when I spent time with her, I was mad at her, which of course I wasn't, but I didn't know how to enjoy the present. I didn't know how to enjoy my time and make it a singled thing that I focused on to be present in it. Family time, for whatever reason, in this society has become so out of whack. We've allowed our work emails to creep into our personal time. We allow that it's okay for work phone calls, or you're an entrepreneur and you're always in the state of work, 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 work. When I read Grant Cardone's 10X rule, that was a light bulb moment for me, because here's a man who is extremely successful. On the outside, it looks like he's this workaholic and he's always getting challenged on him not being balanced. And in his book, he laughs. He says, because you know what? I have my time so structured. And when I have my family time, they know it's their time. It's not divided up. It's undivided attention to them. The cell phone goes off. None of us are touching our devices. None of us are thinking about anything else than just enjoying our time together. So a couple of years ago, when I realized that my work life and my social life, blah, 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 being a single mom, I can give 10,000 excuses. But there was a seed that planted in me a long time ago that I started working towards a goal. And I realized that I needed to somehow, some way, get my life more balanced than it was. And because my life was so unbalanced, it was affecting my daughter. It was affecting my relationship with my fiance. And it was affecting me. There were so many other things that were going on that were unbalanced about me. But just in my family life alone, I was never present. I could feel this noctive of being at a 4 in present, and then everything else, those 6s were, okay, what if work calls me? What am I doing here? Blah, blah, blah. I've got this to do tomorrow. I've got lunches to make, yada, 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 yada. That white noise just going on, going on, going on, instead of being right present. So last year, when I started working on all this personal growth, my family and I had made a conscious decision that we have quality time, and we set aside certain time periods with what works out for our family. And in those time periods, devices are off and we're just present with each other. We're not checking our phones. We're not on the television, whatever. We're just present with us. And I have this little symbol here that's always a reminder, and I know when I'm getting myself unbalanced. And if any of you know me, sometimes I'm just doing this with my necklace, and that is something that was the very last thing that my mom ever gave me before she passed away, and it was a Mother's Day present. And it talks about being a mother and the symbolization of a mother. So for today's challenge, I want you to really dig deep. And this isn't a judgment video. This isn't something like, oh, I'm the greatest mom in the world, because of course I'm not. But I just want you to really dig deep inside of yourself and think, am I being present in my family life? Am I allowing the outside influences to creep in? Because even if you're a great person that can pretend that it's not, your family picks up on those inner secrecies. My daughter did. And what I can tell you is once you start working on that, the quality of time, I mean, there's sometimes I am so blessed because of the craziness that happened in my world before. When I'm being present with my family, I have these emotions that come into me and I honestly want to cry because I finally get what it's like to be present in my family's life. So think about this, and if any of you have any questions at all, please feel free to reach out to me, give me a private message, and I will get you on our community page and I'll get you going on some things that have really, really helped me. Have a great day, everybody.